I had a stressful day today, so I came down and I'm hanging out with my plants, and I figured, why not look at some baby leaves? Let's look at some baby leaves. In the last video, I called this Hoya verticulata. I might have been wrong. To be honest, I think it might be parasitica. Whatever it is, people tend to call it the heart-shaped leaf. So I got this, and there was this teeny tiny little baby leaf, and now it is growing into a mature leaf. If I could get it to focus. But I love how the older leaves have the splashing, and it looks like green. A lot of times the splashing looks like a silvery color, and this is like green splashing. So this one's really pretty. Not 100% sure what variety it is or what species it is, but I just asked the person that I bought it from to remind me. But so pretty, and love that baby leaf. This is my Croniana Super Eskimo. As you can see, there's that really pretty silver splashing. And I'm pretty sure that this is a new leaf here. Let's see, I'm having issues focusing. I always have issues focusing, but I think this is the newest leaf, and it's almost all silver. And if you can see, at the very tip of the stem there's a little itty-bitty one. So, there's some new leaves on my Croniana Super Eskimo. Here's my Hoya australis. And there we've got those little blush-colored baby leaves. There's some more over here. Super pretty kind of blush burgundy color. I always love when these come in, and then when they grow up they look just more of your simple glossy leaf, but still really pretty. Can't get over this color. I always love seeing the new ones come in. I feel like this one's grown so much since the last video. This is Hoya chingensis. And look at the little leaves here. I'm shaking so much, but look, they're so cute. Let's see if we can get me to stop shaking, but they're just so adorable and so fuzzy. When they get older, they're a little bit less fuzzy. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Because look at this. The fuzz is real. I think they just look fuzzier when they're this lighter color, but this one has grown a lot. There's probably like 3 new leaves on that. There is Hoya rotundiflora, and there are some bright green new leaves. This is another really fuzzy one. Let's kind of set it down and take a closer look. The leaves are very textured. That's one thing that I will say about this plant, is that the leaves look extremely textured, almost like, I don't know, kind of looks like dinosaur skin or something. It's very, very interesting. Oh, and there's some new ones over here too. I didn't even notice these guys. Hello. So this is becoming a pretty cute, sizable plant. That's Hoya rotundiflora. This is Hoya species Laos, and this one has a couple new growth points on it. So you can see there's some new growth. You can see the 2 leaves on the side there. And then as we come down here, there's another leaf. But there's this tiny one right here, which is really cute. Let's see if we can get some zoom on there. Really small, very cute, little tiny Hoya species Laos leaf. I don't know if you can see this, but there is a Hoya bella peduncle. So tiny. There's a couple more. My Hoya bella just kind of does what it wants, but that one dried up. Let's see, what do we got going on? So cute, so pointy when they start out. And then they kind of get fatter as they grow older. It's like one of the ugliest plants I have. This is Hoya Lauterbachii, and this one thrived and did super well for a long time, and then I put it a little too close to the grow light, and I think maybe overwatered it a little bit or underwatered it. I've been seriously neglecting on the watering aspect of my Hoya, but I had to show these baby leaves because they're so ridiculously fuzzy, and they're staying on here despite how unhappy this plant is. And they're just so adorable. You can't even like fathom how fuzzy these leaves are. And the stem. Even the mature leaves are really fuzzy like that. You can see there's soil and perlite all over these, but they're very fuzzy. Some of the prettiest leaves. So I know that this one will probably never bloom for me. I don't even know if this is going to make it, but the fuzzy leaves are totally worth having it at all. Also, these are my monsteras, like aerial roots, and they're adhering themselves to the floor. Where are you going? Why? They're so soft. Weird. They look like spider legs. They're going everywhere. There's a new leaf. Pretty. Also mentioned this plant in the last video, Hoya blasternezii or blasternezii. I'm not 100% sure how you're supposed to say it, but this one has gotten so much new growth. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 leaves coming in, and they're kind of curling and doing weird things, but there is a whole bunch of them, and they're really long and pointy. So those are some very nice baby leaves. Oh, you can see them good there. Oh no, a Hoya chingensis leaf. What are you doing? Get out of here. Here's Hoya chingensis and Hoya rotundiflora holding hands. Let's not rip off each other's leaves. But I had to show these again, because look how pretty. And you. Two fuzzy little guys hanging out. You can always tell which leaves are new leaves on this plant because the new ones come in this dark color with the splashing, or a little bit of splashing. And the older leaves are super veined and really bright. So all of these leaves are new, or recent. They aren't all very new because, whoa, I accidentally zoomed in. But this really long one came in like the day after I got home from vacation, which is actually when I bought this plant in Florida. So this one's not super new. It's like at least a month or two old. Actually, probably around 3 months old at this point, and it's still this dark color. But you can see it's starting to get that brighter color and some veining. But these ones are all pretty recent. No, we're supposed to be looking at baby leaves, but we have got to look at these. Hoya lasiantha doing what she does best, which is blooming constantly. Oh, that is such a good picture right there. They're so fuzzy. And I had a friend of mine say that these look like little baby ducks or baby chicks or something. And they're so pretty. These might be baby leaves. Right here. I'm not sure. Were they in the last video? Who knows? But we also have these ones coming in. So, this plant is always blooming. Highly recommend. It isn't necessarily a new leaf, but it's new-ish. And look at how pretty that is. That's Hoya australis albo marginata. And so pretty. The variegation is like very cream instead of like a white color like this. This is Hoya Crimson Princess. It's different. It's like more of a cream color. Bicknellii is growing a new shoot. Those are some new leaves there. And more new leaves. Right there. How cute are these new leaves? This is a Dischidia or Dischidia. I believe it's Dischidia imbricata, but I'm not 100% sure. This is Bloom for me, and it has these cute little pink blooms, and the new leaves are so cute. They're like little cups. They kind of look similar to like a Hoya Chelsea leaf, but like obviously way smaller. That one's really cute. And this is mounted on wood. Those are the first new leaves I've had, and I've had this plant over a year now. So that's really exciting. Imperialis rushii is always putting out new leaves. There they are. And so these are the latest set. And then those were the next latest set. And then the next latest set. And then the next and the next. And this plant is like... It's such a weird shape. I don't even know what to do with it. And once it dries out, it starts to fall over. It's super top heavy. So I need to like re-trellis this immediately. But that's Hoya Imperialis rushii. Hoya Huangoyana. Let's just look at the tag because I know I butchered that. Huangoyana? I don't know. But it's been growing these two shoots. You can see them kind of reaching out here. Oh my gosh, it's gotten so long. But it just added a leaf and it's super cute and tiny. Love it. Oh wow, look at those aerial roots. Good job. Lockii is budding up again. I think it was in flower for the last video. And now it's getting ready to start back up again. So cute and so small. And then I think these are new leaves up top. Very bright green because it's getting a lot of direct light, so I should probably move it down. But I'm going to wait for those blooms. Definitely going to wait for those blooms. This is Hoya diversifolia subspecies crassipes. And this one is always growing. This is one of the fastest growers that I have in my collection. It also grows aerial roots like crazy, but the leaves are really cute. They're very thick. A lot of my Hoya have thin leaves, but this one, like, they are a sizable thickness. And they're always such a weird shape. They're never a perfect shape. Like, not a perfect oval or a perfect circle. Always just like a weird kind of like egg. I don't know how to describe it, but you can kind of see back there, cute little baby leaf. So yeah, this is a great plant. I really like this one. Super fast growing. Just take a quick break to quench the thirst of the humidifier. It's only half empty? Have you been on full blast this week? What's going on? Man, I'm calling the humidifier police immediately. Someone come get this humidifier. It's not doing its job. It hurts my back. Ugh. This is a cultivar. This is Hoya CV Viola or Viola. And this is one of its newest leaves right here. And another one up top, which is really pretty. I love these ones. They're always a really interesting shape. And the veining, or not even the veining, it's like that center line is so distinct. It's very pretty. Oh, I'm hitting Hoya Imperialis back there, but those are some newly... Oh, is this a new one too? Oh, so maybe 3? Wow. Awesome. Very pretty plant. Here's Hoya diversifolia. This is the yellow clone. Here are some new leaves, and I don't even know how to start. Like, does this one like to be trellised? Like, I don't know what to do with it. It's so big. I have another smaller one from a trade. Back down over there. It's kind of trying to sneak out, but it's nowhere near as big as this one, which I don't know what to do about it. I can't even handle how cute this plant is. This is Hoya serpens. Here are some baby leaves. So tiny, so cute. Ooh, these ones are getting big. Oh, they're so cute. Look how fuzzy. They're so fuzzy. Anyways, this is like absolutely one of my favorite plants, if not hands down my favorite. And it is growing very nice right next to the humidifier in that little storage bin over there. So cute. Oh, there's a whole new shoot over here too. Just growing very well. Obviously has rooted nicely and is taking this time to put on some new growth. So that is Hoya serpens, a fan favorite for sure. I wonder if we can see any roots. No. It's Russian root lay. Oh, what a pun. Oh my god. I'll see myself out. I'm not going anywhere because look at Hoya Matilde and oh my goodness. Okay, this new leaf has some serious splash on it. Okay, I'm so sorry for my legs in the background, but like I don't know how else to hold these plants and like zoom at the same time. But this one is so splashy. Wow. That's so exciting. And it's like the biggest leaf on this plant. Or this one is right here. I don't know, I can't really tell. But this is all new growth. Like, I think this is new growth. This is new growth. This is definitely new growth. Which is so cute. How many times am I going to say so cute? And then I think it's like this strand is just more splashy. I had strands from like a couple different people in here that were rooting together to make it look like a more full plant, which in reality it was just a bunch of cuttings like twirled up in this area and then bobby pinned down, which, let's see if we can find a bobby pin. There's one right there. There's bobby pins everywhere on this plant. There's one right there. But it was just a bunch of cuttings from like different people, different sellers that my friends were tagging me in. And I think this strand was just a little bit more splashy. But I really, really like that. And then, oh, this is a new leaf. You can tell it's a new leaf by the feeling. Like, this is an older leaf. It's very hard. It's thick. And it's hard. It's a lot more turgid is what I would say. And then this is a baby leaf. Obviously, it's smaller. But when you touch it, it's flimsy. It's very thin. It's just clearly not mature. And so that's how I can tell. Also, I look at my plants all the time, so I know what's new, but that's how you tell that it's a baby leaf. And this one has a good amount of splashing as well. It's really pretty. And then there's these two, which I don't think I got like a good picture of. But see how there's a lot less splash going on there? I think they're from different strands. But altogether, this is it my first favorite or my second favorite? I can't choose between these two. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to choose. I don't have to choose. It's fine. They can both be my favorites. After all, they're literally related, so they can both have a number one spot. no baby leaves on this plant. This is my Hoya lemoniaca. But I did want to say that it was like clipped with a butterfly clip to itself for shipping. You can kind of see that the stem is like bent there because it was curled on itself. And I didn't realize how big this plant is. Like, can you see how long it is? In the last video it looked much shorter because I had it clipped on itself. Super pretty. Very exciting, although there's no new leaves. It seems like a whole new plant to me because it looks so much bigger. No, nobody asked, and probably nobody's here for peperomia, but there's so many baby leaves on this plant. I don't even know when the last time I watered this is. It doesn't even really seem like it needs to be watered, but there's so many baby leaves. Look at this one. It's like a cup. This is just hiding under my monstera. Which I did that moss pole by myself, and I posted it on TikTok, and it got like 0 views. I was so sad. It was my first one. I hope it's not like rotting. Oh, I hope it's not rotting in there. But for a first try, I think it's really good. Hoya australis is completely wrapped up in my string of hearts. There's a Hoya australis leaf right there. And it's wrapped in my string of hearts. Oh my god, what am I gonna do with you? What am I gonna do with you? It's trying to escape. Honestly can't tell you if these leaves were new when I chopped this plant up. I talked about it a little bit in my last video, but the roots died off on this Costa Farms variegated Hoya compacta. So I don't know if these were new when I cut this plant up and tried to reroot it, but I think we can talk about it now. Either way, these are some baby leaves, very curly, not too pink, but there's more over here too. This one has some more pink on it. And then there's these guys. These are older, which is maybe why there's more pink. But it's in not as high of a light area anymore because I think it was getting too dry too soon and I wasn't watering it enough, which could have contributed to the roots dying off. So I think that's why there's a lot less pink on these leaves now, but that new growth is very curly, very crinkly, and honestly, just really adorable. Look at it. So cute. I think I mentioned this plant last time. This is Hoya iris Marie, and I think this means it's a cultivar as well. Or it's a hybrid, not sure. But the new leaves come in like the burgundy blush color similar to Hoya australis. This one grew a lot in the beginning of the summer, and it hasn't grown a ton since then. As you can tell, this trellis is not really working out. It could go for a repot, I'm sure. Let's see, are there any... there's no roots coming out the bottom. I just think this plant is super top heavy, so it's hard to know what to do when they get to this point because the trellis is really long and tall and this plant is tiny. So I don't know if I should re-trellis it and go for like a thicker trellis or if I should just leave it and hope that the wobbly trellis doesn't fall out. But nonetheless, here are some baby leaves in their burgundy form. Here's Hoya valmayoriana. Let's see. Valmayoriana. Yeah, that sounds right. And it is growing a new shoot too. This one is in LECA because it came to me in LECA, so I kind of just thought, let's try not to stress it out too much. And then I had it on the top shelf, really close to the light, and she did not like that. That's for sure. So now she's down in the bottom, like kind of hiding. And apparently she likes that better because she's growing. But she's still got a little sunburn. I feel bad. But very pretty. This one looks about double the size since the last time I looked at it. This is a little Hoya serpens cutting or two that I potted up in here. And it's got 2 new shoots, baby leaves, and definitely looks like it's doing really well. So I might trade this or sell this. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet, but there are baby leaves to be seen. That is for sure. Little fuzzy guys. Almost missed it because I've been leaving these alone. Pull it back. But there are some new leaves on my Hoya. Granted, this one doesn't seem super healthy, but there are some new leaves, which makes me feel good about how rooting's going. Here's another one. Why is this strand like upside down? Focus. See, I can never take good pictures in here because the light, like, I don't know, it does something to my camera. And also the, oh, there we go. See how dark that is? Super pretty. Very pretty. But a lot of these leaves have totally perked up again. Like you can see, they're not folding. Like this one looks like, ugh, not taking well, that strand maybe. But this one, nice and firm. That's normally how I know if it's starting to root well. So, this one looks like it's doing pretty good. Definitely some of these strands seem salvageable. And then another one, another Costa Farms. This is my throwaway water. Ew, gross. Another Costa Farms one that I'm rerooting is Hoya species Affinis Bertoniae. And this one too, the leaves have totally perked up. Almost, actually, I think every strand has re-perked, which means they're probably all rooting. But these are new leaves here. And I love the new leaves on this plant because they're pretty circular and they have that dark outline. And there's this one too. Where is it? Like, look how pretty that little guy is. And these ones are fuzzy too. I think that's one of the main ways. Oh, look! To tell between this plant and another one, which is really similar. Oh, what is that called? Hoya bibliobata. People confuse these a lot, mainly because Costa Farms will label Bertoniae as bibliobata, but the main way that I read, or at least I was told, to tell the difference is that if it's fuzzy, which this one is, sometimes they call it pubescent, which I don't, I don't like that. But if it's fuzzy, then it's likely Bertoniae, which that's what this one is. Also, if you bought it from Costa Farms, it's probably Bertoniae and not bibliobata. But those are all rerooting, and by the looks of the new growth and the suppleness of the leaves, I would say that the rooting is going well. Hoya curtisii, or curtsii. The baby leaves are almost fully brown. You can see there's a lot of dead going on in this plant, and it needs to be watered. But at the same time, it's growing. Very tiny little leaves. Glad I was filming that last plant from this angle because look at this new growth. This is so weird. I've never had, I need to get a better angle on this. I've never had so many leaves grow from one growth point at one time. This is insane. This one's shaped like a little boat. But that is so cool Let's try and get these strands. First of all, get out of the way. It's not your time to shine. Get a better view of them. Look how... That is so strange. And I love it. Little weirdo plant. Looks like it's also growing up here too. That's the thing about these Costa Farms plants, is they can be half dead, like this strand, and like this strand, and then they can be doing this on another strand, or doing this, or this. And it's just super confusing because half the plant is like dead at one time. At the same time, it's also growing. That's actually so cool. Plant is insane. It's like almost completely white. There's like the tiniest bit of chlorophyll in this plant, but the baby leaves on Hoya wayettii variegata are like fuchsia. They're bright red, and then as they mature, they turn to a creamy white. Oh, I'm dumping perlite all over the floor. A creamy white color. So those pink ones you're seeing are baby leaves, or maybe you could say juvenile, because they're not babies, but then they'll turn out like this. This is like the coolest plant. They should have named this one tricolor. What were I thinking? This is so pretty. Roots. I'm dumping more perlite everywhere, but there is Hoya wayettii variegated. To stop dilly-dallying and water these plants. A lot of these are really thirsty, but I feel better now that I've gone through and looked at the baby leaves, and I hope if you guys are having a crappy day, crappy week, that it made you feel better too. So let's end these Hoya lasiantha blooms because, oh my god. Absolutely stunning. And I don't know if I've talked about the smell on these. They mostly smell at night. Not enough to like stink up the whole grow tent, but these do smell like citrus, specifically like an orange, like lemon. And I literally have to stick my nose up in here to smell it, but they do have a smell, and they are the reason that this plant, as ugly as the leaves are, is one of my favorites out of all of them. Because how can you not absolutely adore this plant? There's no way. If you don't like this plant, what's wrong with you? So freaking pretty. For watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.